This raises another point, this question of time. Think about it in terms of cause and effect, right? I mean, we tend to, I think we, the royal we tend to sort of blame other people. We tend to give our power away to other people. I can give examples in a moment. And that, I think, arises, at least partly, if not wholly, from not having this awareness of what we said or did at some point. In other words, because there's this gap in time, we don't associate the two. Do you know what I mean? It's like time has passed, therefore it can no longer be anything to do with us, because this happened on Monday.
We're very quick to forget our, our own transgressions, aren't we?
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? So, so the concept of time, if you like, in a delusional way, really, because it's not a true way. In a sort of artificial way, masks the cause of the effect. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. You've hit on a very deep spiritual truth here. That the world is actually organized in such a way that you never see the connection. But at the same time, it's also organized in a way that you can see the connection instantaneously. It depends on consciousness. The world is the same for everybody, but we're all seeing it differently depending on our consciousness. We're actually seeing what are the cause and effect mechanisms going on in the background, or we're not. And the choice is ours.
So how do we develop that awareness? How is someone, thinks, well, actually, I'd like to know. It is a question of, I keep coming back to this time thing, because it's like, if we can allow ourselves to be present.
But you've hit on it there. It's a question of allowing. It's a question of willing ourselves to be open. It's a question of wanting to open our eyes to it, wanting to see what's behind, being willing to kind of accept ramifications. If there is a kind of process of cause and effect operating around us, if I am actually responsible from the things I do, I am actually responsible for what comes back to me. That's a very heavy kind of situation to kind of be willing to kind of accept. I'd much rather the two were connected.
And of course it ties in perfectly, doesn't it, with creating our own reality. We create our own reality, we take total responsibility for everything because we created it, doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
So, we've had this conversation before, but when you have that, if you buy into that, if you like, philosophy, then who can you blame? You can't blame anyone anymore, can you? You can't shift, you can't pass the buck anymore, because it doesn't work, does it? The buck rests here.
Ultimately,
that must be
you have
true.
To accept that something I've set out
even though there is a space in time, or there is a perception,
and even though there may be other agents and individual people involved in how things do come back, you actually have to accept that true. There's a circle here, which started with me.
And ends with me, and restarts with me, and ends with me again.